Welcome back to Screamers. It is international break and we too went international yesterday with a trip to Wales. So we're now safely back in the studio. Shall we get into it?
Let's do it. So this was my fourth country that I've been to a football game in, as I was told yesterday by Footballogy. So kind of a huge day for me personally. How about you guys? Did you have a good day out?
Lovely.
I had a lovely day. I think it started on a better note for some of us than it did for others, didn't it? So we all got the coach, the National Express, down to across
West.
yonder to Cardiff. Unfortunately, we were split up on the coach.
Having booked the same coach.
Very glad we realised we were going to split, because otherwise Anna could have ended up on the 4-hour journey to Cardiff alone.
Yeah, thanks Jessie and Lucy for accompanying me.
But we ended up the best of it because our coach was
almost an hour earlier than ours.
Yeah,
crazy.
We were just like looking at you on Find My Friends, and you were still back in Reading.
When we stepped off the coach, it was like this fresh air was actually quite shocking, because we were all just like on the coach. I guess this is our life now.
Yeah. I mean, you still made it for most of the game. You didn't miss too much of the football.
No.
Do you know what? I was really relaxed because I thought kickoff was 2:30, so I was really confused why everyone on my coach was getting so like worried. And then when we were like power walking to the stadium, we were going to do a sort of detour for food.
Yeah.
And it was 1:45 or something, and I was like, oh yeah, we've got 45 minutes, it's fine, blah blah. And then everyone was like, oh no, it's kickoff in 10 minutes, we're going to have to divert. And I was like, everyone was so relaxed for that, like what's going on? Anyway, so we did miss the first 5 to 10 minutes of the game.
Yeah, it was not as bad as it could have been.
Yeah.
No, although I am sad I missed the Welsh national anthem.
Chills.
Obviously wanted to sneak in a bit of a quick half before, so we weren't out in the stands for all of it, but we got out midway through the national anthem. It was like,
Yeah.
Incredible. Yeah, we were soaking up the atmosphere in the lounge, the luxury lounge, which I think our tickets were like £2 more than regular tickets.
Worth it.
To have the kind of hospitality seats.
a great view.
Yeah, loved it.
Really great seats. And yeah, just the perfect position to take in Jess Fishlock's last game.
Oh God.
I'm so
guys.
happy we were there for that.
Yeah. It felt like the Screamers' journey of this year has been the Wales loving, and that was like a really not that we're now not going to care about Wales, obviously, but that was a really nice moment to be there, to see her lead the team out. And it was a good crowd. Like, not a sellout, but it was 12,000 people there, I think. It was a really nice crowd.
I remember going to some Chelsea Champions League games at Stamford Bridge, I think last season or the season before, I can't remember now, and they only open one stand. And even though the attendance isn't awful, there's something about sitting across from an empty stand, also always happens at Spurs at Brisbane Road, that is just not that vibey.
No, I think they do it for TV, don't they? So
Yeah,
then, like, all
exactly.
the
They can
cameras
pack out one side.
Yeah.
Although often at Leyton Orient they film the empty.
Yeah. It really, really backfires at Spurs.
Yeah.
Hey, come join no one.
But I thought that was, but maybe I had unrealistic expectations, but I thought it was a bit of a shame for her last game that there was only sort of one. I mean, it was 11,000, so we can't sniff at that, but I don't know.
There was a lot of Australia fans as well. There was way more Australia fans than I kind of expected there to be. I don't know why. There was like a big section in the crowd, and then there was lots dotted.
I have a bit of a theory about that, which is that I actually live with an Australian at the moment, and she is so much less sort of like phased by a long journey than I am, because in Australia they're so used to travelling such long distances. So loads of Aussies from London went. Like I think she even had friends that went, because for them going for a day trip to Cardiff is like really not a big deal, whereas for us it's a much bigger deal
proportionally. And that makes a lot of sense. And they were very,
and that's on Human Geography.
Get the documentary series commissioned immediately.
What kind of mic drop was that?
That is the hard hitting analysis that people come to this podcast
for.
for.
Anthropology heads.
You're really cultivating an image recently with your chest. Like it's all, you're really building a picture of yourself.
Me and Fallon. You know, she went for a special diving trip after the Atletico Madrid game.
I did see that.
Love so that. Cool.
It was really. But also just the idea that everyone was like flying back to Manchester, and she was like, "Bye guys, I'm going for a dive."
Yeah.
It looked amazing.
It looked incredible.
Yeah.
That long-nosed seahorse at the end.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Just wow.
Absolutely beautiful. Anyway, back to the game.
Should we talk about the game itself before we do a bit more on Jess Fishlock?
Yeah.
I don't think Australia were particularly great.
I don't think they really turned up.
No. kept looking like they would.
Yeah, exactly. There were moments where suddenly they'd get a bit of momentum and you think, oh, they're going to switch on now and it's going to be over. And then it always petered out.
Yeah.
I think things did change a bit once Ellie Carpenter came on.
Oh, 100%.
She did come on quite late though.
She came on quite late, but she has no understanding of like, you know, half speed or friendlies. It's
No.
every game is a final. It comes on with that level of intensity.
Well, that was the thing. When she came on, she immediately made the difference for the second goal.
Yeah.
Just with her pace.
Yeah.
They were completely lacking pace. And her sprinting up the wing was like, okay, that is what you guys have been needing.
This is why I don't really know why Wales didn't use their pace, because Wales have fast players.
Yeah.
Hannah Kane, Fionn Morgan. Like Kerry Holland is not necessarily as speed, but still
But
has
was
pace.
that running a lot of those Australian players actually yesterday?
Yeah, but it felt like they would have the break and then not.
And slow it down.
Well, quite often they'd have the break and then it hadn't quite worked out that enough people had gone with them, so they'd had to then hold up, and then by that point all the other team had all caught up. Yeah, which
back
is a
behind
bit
the
of a
ball.
shame.
No, I noticed Kerry Holland holding the play up quite a lot, but like out wide on the wing, and it was quite unusual to watch. But that must have been something that came from Rhiannon Wilkinson, because it felt kind of forced, and it did play out to their advantage sometimes, because she would just slow it down, be like strolling, and then whip in a really lovely cross. But yeah, it wasn't like super successful.
Yeah, it definitely, you're right, it definitely felt like a deliberate tactic, because Sophie Ingle was doing the same. Sophie Ingle, I think that calm head, experienced head in the middle of the pitch was taking an extra beat, slowing it down. But yeah, it just felt like, oh, you maybe could have got in a couple more times behind them.
Yeah.
I think it did work quite well to frustrate Australia though, because it did just kind of jolt the pace of the game, which is interesting.
Frustrated Australia enough to almost give away one, maybe two penalties. So, you know, they were quite lucky to not give away at least one penalty, if you ask me.
I agree.
The first one was the Kerry Holland. I mean, just kind of bodied off the ball.
Yeah,
which
that was just outside the box, wasn't it?
It was kind of just going into the
box.
Like
on the line.
On the line, yeah.
Which fans of men's football know is a big point of controversy this weekend. We're less on that. But I think it was like in real time, it didn't necessarily. I don't know. It was happened so fast that I couldn't really tell. But then watching the real time replays, it looks like I don't think you could be annoyed if you
gave away a penalty for that.
Yeah.
But the other one was Fionn
the
Morgan
elbow
getting
in the face.
Yeah.
I don't think the ref even saw that.
No, I think it was too focused with like where
on the corner
the rest of them were all setting up, and didn't see that. But there is it was such an unnatural
100%
body movement. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
I think Fionn should have made more of it, to be honest.
Yeah, but I think you are fighting a bit of a losing battle if the ref literally hasn't seen anything.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that was.
And the whole crowd was like,
yeah. Not our Fionn.
Yeah, tell you what about a Welsh crowd, boos sound a hell of a lot better in a Welsh accent than they do in an English one. So tuneful.
Everything is tuneful. The Welsh really do know how to sing. It was nice to see Fionn Morgan back playing for Wales, because I think her level when she plays for Wales compared to West Ham is just, up multiple levels, really.
Yeah.
I don't know whether that speaks to how bad West Ham are, or whether she is just the kind of player that really steps up when she's playing for her national team.
Yeah. It might also be that she is more comfortable at the moment within that setup.
Yeah.
She's very familiar with it. Obviously, Rhiannon Wilkinson has spent a lot of time, as we know, like the relationships with her players and between players is of such huge importance for her. And probably the mentality in that camp is very different to that of the West Ham camp. But I mean that could be something to do with it, the way she's kind of has that confidence in that setup.
You have those relationships, don't you, with players, even if you don't play with them as frequently as you do your club players. Especially when you've been on the kind of journey that Wales have done under Rhiannon Wilkinson, like you have that.
Definitely. And also she probably has known a lot of those players for a really long time, coming up through the age groups as well.
Yeah.
I just thought technically she looked miles better.
Yeah.
Like she looked, again, maybe it's a confidence thing, technically much better, more comfortable on the ball, putting in good tackles.
Yeah, playing a slightly different
runs.
position to what she does in West Ham. She looked more like a wing back yesterday.
Yeah, she was more like a wing back. She was, dropping into defend much more, which maybe West Ham could use, to be honest. But yeah, it is definitely two very different Rhiannons in Fionn's life.
Just imagine like a really those sort of fan edit or like a not Mills and Boone, that's not the thing, but those like really of like Fionn just torn between the two.
I don't think there's a huge choice there.
every time Kerry Holland touched the ball, I was like, please be careful, please, be careful.
She did look good though yesterday.
She looked really good, but there was a couple when she went down like in tackles. I was like, get up! I cannot do another Liverpool injury. Really cannot do that. I thought they were going to come away with a draw, which would have been a really nice cap for Jess Fishlock, and unfortunately, neither of Australia's goals I thought were particularly good.
I thought the second goal was quite well worked, to be fair.
The build up to it, but the goal itself was kind of like,
yeah. But again, that was definitely Carpenter's impact for me, getting the ball in those dangerous positions in the first place, which I think Hayley Raso was kind of doing a lot in the first half. And then Jess. It is a shame that she didn't get a goal because you could see how much she wanted it, and she had maybe 2 or 3 really decent chances.
I think it was the wanting it too much almost, wasn't it? So like trying to make the perfect.
It slightly,
Like the moment she was just flat on the floor, and it was like, are you hurt or are you disappointed? I don't really
Fed
know.
up,
No,
I think.
definitely,
Frustrated.
definitely frustrated.
Yeah, but she was still like, you know, it was a vintage Jess Fishlock performance. She was still dry, like she was tenacious up till the point she came off, like closing down players, building, like making stuff happen. Could do like the get a ball, turn on the sixpence, release somebody. It was like a really good showing for her to say goodbye to the crowd, even if the result didn't end up being the
I think even if obviously we see her in the second half like tiring and maybe not with as much pace or energy as she can have, but she just reads the game so well. She understands the game so well, and you can see out of every player on that pitch, she is just like making things happen, like little passes, little like flicks on, and I don't know.
You can also see it in the way that, and this is not like a negative at all, but in the way that she isn't like pinging around the pitch, because she just doesn't have the energy for that. But when she does make those runs, they're really worth it, and they're right into the right space. And
she's a bit like Fran Kirby.
Exactly.
When she makes those runs at Brighton, it's like she's not making them all the
sometimes
time.
a bit like Viv Miedema. At sometimes. Wales has been on a journey of the past 18 months, 2 years, but then this is like the transition now into like the new era. Yeah, and I really liked it when Jess Fishlock said she did a very moving speech at the end of the game for those who weren't watching or weren't there, which was a lot of you, because as we've said, there were 3 empty stands. But she said, please keep watching this team, like stick with this team, kind of like passing the baton on, which I thought was really nice, because she wasn't making it about sort of her, she was making it about making sure that team can continue to grow, because like you say, they have been on a massive journey over the last kind of 18 months, 2 years.
And it felt like with the goal scorer, it was a Jess Fishlock assist and a Mara Griffiths goal.
Poetic. First
ever start. I saw this earlier. She was born only 12 months after Jess Fishlock's first ever Wales game.
That's crazy.
Oh my God.
Which is like, you cannot get a more
That's
poetic.
Crazy. So Jess Fishlock is playing for Wales a year before Mara Griffiths is born.
Yeah.
And now she's assisting Mara Griffiths in her final game for Wales.
Yeah.
Poetry.
Needless to say, because we were in Cardiff, it was impossible to find somewhere to watch the England-Brazil game.
Yeah, we didn't try too hard.
No. Once we went into 2 pubs that saw it was just all rugby, and we're like, I don't think we're gonna find anything.
Also,
here,
the pubs were packed though.
Pubs
we
were
could barely
rammed.
fit in them.
Yeah. So we ended up, some of you might have seen on Instagram, sat on a collection of tables at a very lovely brewery, with 5 different phones on various levels of speed and up to dateness with the game, like the cascading gasps whenever anything happened. Not a vintage England performance.
No, I think we did. I mean, bear in mind we watched it on phones with not much sound, and I think I missed most of the second half. But
here's my insight.
It was a slow start.
Yeah, it was a poor start.
Really poor start.
Yeah.
And I don't know how. I'm not sure if we can really afford to be doing that.
Well, I'm kind of like, if there is a game we can afford to do that, like it's
friendly.
It's the friendlies after
wasn't
we've won
a
the
very
Euros.
friendly, was it, this one?
No, but you know, that's a Brazil team, especially a Brazil team that's won the Copper, is never going to come to play a team in Europe and be like anything other than fully up for it.
Which is also the fun of Brazil.
Yeah. And the fake finalissima that it was. I don't know why they didn't just brand it as that.
I know.
The pre-finalissima.
The phonalissima thing?
Oh. Okay.
We'll cut that. That won't make the edit. Yeah, I thought it was kind of, it's the space where she gets to try new things. And obviously there were some forced changes to the lineup, and you've got injuries to Hannah Hampton, Lee Williamson. I think Jess Park probably would have started that game if she was available. But, Maya Letitia finally got her chance as centre-back.
Yeah, for a bit.
For about 10 minutes.
Kiara Keating, first ever black woman to be a goalkeeper for the Lionesses.
It's incredible. And for it to be at the Etihad as well.
Yeah.
Like, just like really like hometown moment.
Mm-hmm.
Great moment for her.
Yeah. I think that's what this game is going to be, isn't it? I think it's going to just be looking at like good individual moments rather than...
And also I think those opportunities, like you say, to rotate the side, which Serena obviously doesn't do that often, is really important, like for us to keep growing, especially if we're in this kind of transitional period.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, definitely not the result we wanted, but also like good that some of these players, well, obviously not good that someone like Hannah Hampton's injured, but it's great that Kiara Keating is getting a chance to play in these types of games.
That was always the worry, wasn't it, at the Euros, that if Hannah Hampton was injured...
Yeah, exactly. That would be Kiara Keating's first trip out, or whoever it was going to be. But
and like
exactly,
the defenders, like, you know, the 2 goals kind of came from, you could tell from there being a defence that's not used to playing with each other.
Yeah.
And so the communication or like the assumptions of where each other's going to be.
Yeah.
That's what you want to work out now in a friendly that kind of doesn't matter ahead of qualifying for the World Cup.
Definitely.
But what do you guys want to see from the next? So England will be playing Australia tonight. What do you want to see from tonight's game? A bit different to Brazil.
I think ironing out some of these, because I think we have always played quite fast and loose with not having loads of options in the back line. So I think being able to like solidify some of those relationships.
Yeah.
I would say one of the brightest sparks on the pitch for Australia was Caitlin Ford, kind of being able to run round, and being able to deal with her and just generally solidify those relationships that obviously weren't there in this game. Because you're right, like I think with a backline that we've played for a Euros, they may not have been getting those goals.
Yeah.
But we have to be able to be flexible and adaptable. And so, yeah.
I guess the benefit of Caitlin Ford being such a danger is that a lot of the England team
have played against her,
or play with her, know how she plays. Like she's not necessarily going to get the same freedom I think she would have that she did against Wales to run. Well, at least I hope not. Fingers crossed. I would like to see some changes to the starting lineup. Like, this was the thing when Lucy Bronze came on. It's like, yeah, but we all know what Lucy Bronze does in an England shirt. Like, I don't think we need reminding of that. I would like to see Laura Benkilda Brown.
Me too.
I obviously want to see Grace Fisk, but I don't. But like, you know, Missy Bo-Kearns, get her on the pitch. I try.
It's the perfect time to give these players some time, isn't it?
I'd really like to see Benkilda Brown because I think she's having a very solid season for City.
Yeah,
and it just feels like this is her moment. So it'd be a shame for Serena not to play her at all. Yeah, this camp specifically. Because
otherwise we'll get like closer and closer to the qualification starting. But we can't mix it up now because we've got to solidify our team for the qualifiers. But so do you want to do a scoreline prediction?
3-2 England.
Ooh,
that would be a fun game.
I will go 2-1 to England.
I will split the difference and go 3-1 to England.
Ooh.
So when Australia win.
Also, the game is being played at Pride Park, famously of Subway Cup mud bath fame.
Do you reckon the ground will be any better?
You would hope, wouldn't you? But it is Derby, so they can't be trusted.
Is that Forest bias jumping out again there? It's quite nice though that, you know, Pride Park bias aside on it, they're taking it around different stadiums because we're so used to England always being at Wembley, but it's quite nice for it to be like at the Etihad. The game on Tuesday at Pride Park, the Ghana game will be in Southampton. Like different crowds will get a chance to go who might not be able to get to Wembley for matches normally.
Exactly. Yeah, I think it's kind of the whole
tour, the homecoming tour.
The homecoming tour, which is what they're billing it as, the homecoming series. So it is like get the girlies around the country, show the trophy, blah blah blah. Yeah, did they show the trophy?
I don't know because they did it all around the WSL games, didn't they?
They must.
It's always quite fun when they bring it out the WSL games where there's like no players from the England squad in either team. Like they brought it out at Liverpool. It's like great.
Thanks guys.
But yeah, it'll be fun. And who knows? Maybe Honor, your new best friend Mary Fowler, will be able to give us some insight from the other camp.
Oh my God, guys, yeah. So before our coach back from Cardiff went to Sainsbury's to get some snacks, and who else was in there other than quite a few members of the Australia camp, including Miss Supermodel Mary Fowler at the self-checkout next to me buying some custard creams.
Custard creams?
Yep.
Best biscuit. That's just a sign that you can trust Mary Fowler.
Yeah, Sainsbury's own though.
Wow.
She's not...
Times are tight.
No, she's a woman of the people.
She's just like you and me.
Yeah.
I didn't really spot anyone else, but they're all walking around in their coats and kit. But the only player I actually saw really was Mary.
God,
So,
we should have given her a screamers sticker.
hindsight. I was just trying to act normal.
Yeah. That is quite hard around Miss Mary Fowler.
It's so funny, the idea of footballers just on the set. I don't know why specifically them using a self-checkout feels really...
Just insanos. And there were some other massive results from across football's international break this weekend. Portugal have beaten the USA for the first time.
But that can't be right, because the US fans assured us that if a US team played anyone from Europe, that they would win the Euros easily. And you mean the Portugal team that's lost 7 or 8 games on the trot beat them?
Well, exactly. And I think they were all sitting quite pretty, the USA fans, because Rose Lavelle did actually score after 33 seconds.
I think an early goal, I not just for the US, I think if your team scores within like the first 3 minutes, it's never a sign of anything. You have to almost treat it like it's still 0-0.
And you have to really try and not sit back after that. Anyway, so Portugal won 2-1.
It
was
was
pretty epic.
Alex Morgan's goodbye match as well, which makes it even funnier.
It's not how they like to do things, is it? And then Switzerland beat Canada for the first time.
Yeah, I saw that. That's a
1-0.
massive result.
Yeah.
They're on their journey still, which is really lovely to see.
There was a massive concern in that game for me and every other Arsenal fan, because Olivia Smith went down and had to be stretchered off, and it hasn't yet been announced what has happened there. Well, we wish her well in a speedy recovery, and hopefully, that's not a season-ending injury for her.
Fingers crossed. And the other big result, I mean, there was loads, but the other big result was that I saw in the Nations League playoffs. They're two-legged affairs, so we don't want to get too caught up. But Republic of Ireland beat Belgium 4-2 with a Katie McCabe hat-trick.
So epic. I love that woman.
It is mad the amount of their matches. You look at the score lines, like McCabe. Like, she is a driving force of that team.
We love to see it. I'm also really excited about her bringing that energy back into the WSL after international break.
I wouldn't count on it.
I'm counting on it. I just think she needed a bit of a reset, and this has been the perfect reset.
That is what the international break does do for some players.
I mean, for some of them, it just makes them run absolutely ragged. But for her, I think it might have lit a fire.
Might be balanced out by Emily Fox coming back very sad, though.
Oh, yeah.
Also in the Nations League, but in the semi-final first leg, Spain battered Sweden 4-0. Ouch. Beating Spain is not for everyone.
It's really not for everybody.
And Jessie, what were you saying that Yo-Yo Ritty-Canneridge, my queen, said afterwards?
I want to try and find the full quote, but effectively, as many of us have pointed out when watching Spain, that they have a tendency to maybe go down a bit softly and maybe shout for the referee, and maybe the referee feels a little bit inclined to give Spain more fouls than they should. And Canneridge made the mistake of pointing that out in the post-match, like in the mix zone afterwards, and understandably the Spain fans have all been coming for her on Twitter.
Bless her.
We'll find the full quote post on Twitter, but it was something like, I guess we've learned that if you go down shouting, then things go your way. Which
Speak your truth, Yo-Yo.
I've never known it to be like one for stirring, but I quite enjoyed that touch of spice there.
It's that time again, and we have a new winner of Screamer of the Week this week. Congratulations, Jessie.
I'm so happy.
Come on, Jessie.
Highlight of the season so far.
Yeah, I mean, that Lois Joel goal was absolutely gorgina.
Absolutely stunning. I mean, Newcastle did surprise us by then firing their coach immediately after that game.
Yeah.
I know the season's not gone to plan, but that was the game where it was all clicking. I'm not really sure why that was the one where you decided, no.
I would be quite fuming if that were me.
I'd be so outraged.
And she's coached them for how many years, bringing them up from promotion to promotion.
Yeah.
And then bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Great performance against City. Bye-bye. But you know what? I'll take the Screamers of the Week win. So I am, unsurprisingly this week, going to pick Mary Griffith's goal yesterday for Wales. The poetry we've already talked about, the moment of
10-10 for poetry.
10-10 for poetry. 11 out of 10 for audacity. She sort of gets the ball while facing away from goal, and then as she's turning, hits it, and it just flies perfectly over all of the Australian defenders, over Tegan Micah, nestles in the far side of the net. Oh, it's just a gorgeous, gorgeous hit.
Loved it.
It was absolutely gorgeous.
What are you picking, Anna?
I would love to go with the GOAT, Kaz Weir, for Scotland against Morocco. Absolutely sensational lob. I know I have mixed feelings about a big lob, but got to give it to her. Only Casweir.
Yeah, Casweir gets a lob pass.
Yeah.
It was
The audacity.
Also, it was in like the 90th minute or something, wasn't it? It was like really late in the game.
Clutch.
So pull that out. Oh, Kaz. What are you going for, Maya?
I'm so happy neither of you picked mine.
Wow, it's all working out perfectly.
It is. Mine is, the one and the only, Katie McCabe.
Right.
Free kick in the Ireland Belgium game. She does always whip these out for Ireland. You're right, actually. She never does it for Arsenal.
I just think it's a positioning thing because at Arsenal she's playing in left back, and then for Ireland she just has, I suppose, a lot more freedom.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot more players at Arsenal who can like hit a good free kick as well.
That's true.
It doesn't all rest on her.
No. But yeah, it was legendary. It was such a great game for Ireland. She was on fire and it was just vintage. Katie McCabe.
So those are our picks this week. We'll put the clips up on Instagram for you to take a look at if you haven't seen them. But from Maya it is
Katie McCabe Magic.
From Honor,
The Wizard, Casweir.
and I'm going for the poetry of Mary Griffiths. So take your pick.
So we all had a little present through the letterbox this week, which was our present from Arsenal for being season ticket holders. I have to say, they were a letdown.
Underwhelmed, are you? Show the box. Show the good people the box.
Here's the front of the box. Here's the inside of the box.
It's
We're
just
really
tragic.
Do you know what, guys? We're never going to get invited to any Arsenal events after this.
I don't think
I'm fine.
I don't think the podcast with two outspoken non-Arsenal fans is going to be the
Damn.
first on the list.
Here's the keyring.
Do you do the like?
I feel like I'm on
sorry.
QVC.
I
Ring
feel like
now.
Bridget Jones's mum. I know I'm supposed to look like a young TikToker, but I actually feel like Bridget Jones's mum on QVC. Here you go.
That's exactly how you look, actually.
It's fugly.
Yeah.
Fugly is.
I'm so sorry.
I think the badge is all right, and I do think you could repurpose the badge.
Not for me.
And
Jessie thinks I should repurpose it like this as a ring.
yeah, I think
if
you
you
can
will.
melt the
You
back
could
down.
kind of wear it as like a tie pin thing.
Yes.
Actually, that would look all right on a tie.
Or like make a necklace out of it. I think
No.
that one
I
is
have to
In
say,
a hair clip.
silver is not my colour.
No,
Silver's not my colour. I'm
you are
a
a
gold
gold
girl.
girl.
silver. It's like
It's
what is this
graphite.
colour? Graphite. It looks like a piece of plastic,
It's
and
not
it's not.
nice.
Apologies if you are part of the development team and you're listening to this.
Yeah,
Honestly-
Arsenal merchandising.
honestly,
you have
do better.
gone wrong.
It was.
Do better.
I think the badge is fine. It is the size of the keyring as well. It's a very big keyring.
If it was the size of the badge, I would consider putting it on my keys. There is no way I'm lugging that around.
No.
But you know, everyone has different tastes. So, Arsenal fans listening,
Yeah.
we've got some keyrings and pins going to a good home. If you
Yeah,
want them.
exactly. If you want one, hit us up.
I think it's nice as
Or
well.
2 or 3, actually.
Yeah, we've got quite a lot as a thing for their first ever season ticket holders at the Emirates. I thought it was quite cute to
Yeah, the idea is nice. The
Yeah.
execution, less so.
less so. But in the spirit of bizarre and maybe not super appreciated club merchandise, I've got a game for the two of you
Love.
where lots of clubs have lots of bits of merchandise. So we're going to play Real or Not Real. I've done some digging onto various clubs' websites, and I've got some bits of merch, memorabilia, souvenirs that you can buy, and you've got to guess if they are something real that you can genuinely buy
Okay.
and not. And if they are real, you've got to guess the price. But I'm going to read you. Some of these things don't need to have descriptions on the website, so
And you're playing Noel Edmonds.
yeah, go on then. Just give me a pen. I'll draw me beard on. Hello, banker. Yeah. Right.
No real.
Starting off strong with an offering from Liverpool. It is the Dippy Egg board. It's a wooden board about the size of an A4 piece of paper, embossed with "You'll Never Walk Alone," and you only get 2. They are portion controlling you. 2 grooves for some eggs.
Like boiled eggs.
Well, I guess that's what you make a Dippy Egg.
So it's like built-in egg cups to the board.
Yeah, I'll be honest. The
So it's a board with 2 holes in.
Real or not real?
Real.
Etsy.
Real.
Oh!
I'm really impressed. Really disappointed that there's no like "You'll Never Yoke Alone" or something like
egg
pun on it.
pun.
Yeah.
There are so many egg puns to be had.
So many egg puns.
God.
But yeah, it is real. How much do you think it is?
Sorry, so it's a wooden board.
It's a wooden board.
2 holes.
2, not
Grooves,
even holes,
dips.
grooves. They don't. I'll be honest. They don't look enough to balance an egg in.
That worries me. That is like
How you dipping an egg that you can't
recipe.
balance?
It does. It looks like a recipe for disaster.
yeah.
Okay, I think that would have been $22.99.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with $18.99.
It's a steal at £15.
Oh,
Bargain.
that is a bargain.
I'll be getting you both one of those for Christmas.
Thank you, and I will be walking alone to the tip to dispose of it.
You could sand it down and make something else out of it, I'm sure. All right, merchandise option number 2. Chelsea, blue is the colour, limited edition paint. So it's a 2.5 litre tin of paint in Chelsea blue, perfect for decorating your bedroom, office or bathroom. It doesn't say that it's under warranty for when you have like the potential end of a relationship, because you have to explain why you've got that specific shade of blue on the wall. But yeah, just it's a tin of paint, effectively. Real or not real?
Real.
I hope real, because you're giving me present ideas for my work.
Sadly, it is not real. That is not real.
So did you just make up a description?
I just made up that description.
Wow, you are so
Jessie!
clever. You're
I
such
was like,
a good
it must
games
be real
master.
because there's an actual description.
Noel Edmonds doing his job before our eyes.
That is so sneaky.
Thank you, we got them. We fucking got them. All right, so
Wow, Chelsea merchandising team.
yeah.
Take notes.
Honestly, give me commission. Don't know what the points are so far. I think Honor's got one right. Right, next one. One for the fast fashion Huns. It's an Angel City collab with Klarna for a crossbody bag made with parts of a tifo from the first ever Angel City home game. The best part about it is the big red warning on the page that says this fanny pack does not meet stadium requirements. Real or not real?
It's got to be real.
I think that's real. That's very Angel City
yeah.
coded.
It's foul, but it's real.
I need to see this. Will you show us? Have you got it in front? Or will you show us later?
I will show you after. The fact that they're selling it and you can't even take it into the stadium.
Yeah.
That is so
what?
typical. That is so football club.
Yeah, and
Here's this bag that you can't bring to a game.
it's a collab with Klarna.
Of course.
Fine.
Capitalism.
Fine. All right, so the Klarna bag is real. How much do you think it is?
I think it's
$50.
$35.
Bang on. $35.
$35. Wow.
She knows her handbags.
If there's anything this girl knows, it's her handbag.
Ladies and gentlemen, she's a femme. Ready for another one?
Yes, here's.
Spurs gnome set. There's 2 little garden gnomes. One of them has a Spurs flag sort of draped over the shoulders, and one of them is standing behind a White Hart Lane sign. They are inherently evil, as all garden gnomes are, but somehow worse because they're Spurs. Real or not real?
I think that's real.
I think it's real.
It is real, and also, concerningly, a lot of clubs sell garden gnomes, including Forest.
Yeah.
Really?
This is where I've got the idea from, because I'm convinced I've seen football garden gnomes before.
Nottingham Forest have a lot of garden gnomes for sale on their website.
That's
Not really
quite
sure why.
sweet.
I will be going to check that out.
How much do you think they're about 15 centimetres high? How much do you think the Spurs gnome set are?
So like this much.
Yeah.
That's quite small.
Mm.
But there's 2.
There's
But
2.
the gnomes are quite small too.
I think they're 25 quid.
I was about to say 25, maybe a bit 22.
You're both very premium. They're 20 quid. Again, a steal.
God, we need to get ourselves down to some like kit shops.
Well, I think 22 was not far off from me.
Mm.
I know my gnomes.
You know,
I know my gnomes.
from London City Lionesses, you can get a framed section of one of the Hayes Lane nets from their promotion season. So you can have an immortalised bit of history from their, well, what we call it now, WSL 2 winning season. Real or not real?
Real.
I think that's a nice bit of merch to have. I don't know if London City Lionesses have the class to have made that available for sale. So I will go for not real, even though I think it should be real.
And the point goes to Honor. It is not real.
Really?
Not only can
They've
you
missed a trick.
you can't buy that from London City Lionesses, you can't buy anything from London City Lionesses apart from the kit.
Boo.
Really?
Yeah.
That is so surprising to me.
It's
No.
strange because I thought you might be able to get like a little bobblehead Michelle Kang or something.
Gnome. And Michelle can gnome.
We need to start our merch company.
No, but that is crazy because I feel like London City Lionesses have really leaned into like the commercial side of the club.
Mostly, I think all their merch is like fan stuff. I couldn't find anything on their official
Yeah.
store other than the kits.
I
And
imagine, seeing as they don't have such a huge established fan base, it might be
Mm.
a bit risky to sell a lot of merchandise.
Yeah.
But the
And
net already
kits.
exists.
the net does exist. And
It's the
other
end
clubs,
goal.
I got the idea, so other clubs do that. So
Yeah.
like Everton sell, you can get some frame net. United, you can get some frame net. So
Yeah, I like when people sell like the turf
Mm.
from a
I want
season.
some
Very
framed
funny.
net from the Champions League final.
We
Or
can.
turf.
We'll just go to Lisbon and sneak in and
Nix
do it
them.
ourselves.
Snip, snip.
Snip, snip. I've got two more for you. One from
Okay.
Arsenal. So it's a Gunnosaurus reversible bucket hat. On the one side, it's stripes of red, a big band of white and green with the Arsenal crest in the middle. And then you flip it inside out and it's green with lots of little Gunnosauruses over to celebrate the icon that he is. Real or not real?
If it doesn't exist, it should. I'm going to say that.
Okay.
But
That's
I'm gonna
not an
say,
answer.
I'm going to say it's real.
I will go for not real, but again, I think it should exist because I'd like to buy this for my friend.
Arsenal, I want the commission. It is not real, but it should
oh, no,
be.
you're smashing this.
I'm really good at this. Wow.
I had a lot of fun coming up with that.
Yeah. You should send them the designs.
Yeah, I think, honestly, Screamers merch.
Lots of little Gunnosauruses.
Lots of little Gunnosauruses.
Lots of bootleg Arsenal and LCL merch.
Yeah. I think it's, it's a career path there. Last one, speaking of things from stadiums. So this is from Barcelona. It is a Camp Nou seat that you can buy from the bit of the stadium where it says more than the club. So it's one of the yellow seats that makes up that slogan. Recovered from the stadium, because they've been rebuilding and restoring it. It becomes a unique piece, forming a limited series of units that capture the essence of countless unforgettable sporting moments.
Real,
Yeah, I think that's real. But also, why would you want that? But yeah, I think it's real.
but very expensive.
It is real. I didn't even get to my favourite bit of the description because it's framed, which was the frame perfectly complements the seat, providing an elegant and resistant frame. Not the best description. So it is real. How much do you think it is?
Ooh.
600
Yeah,
euros.
I was going to say 800 euros.
Oh, again, you guys are really overpricing these things. I was gobsmacked. $509.99.
Not
Steal.
bad.
Absolute
Again,
steal.
I think 600 is not far off. Maya, we know as a woman of luxury. She has absolutely no concept of the price of milk.
It's a banana. What could it cost? What could it possibly cost, Michael?
I would just like to say at this juncture, I am a woman of luxury. I'm not disputing that. But I once won a pair of socks at a New Year's Eve quiz because I was the only person that correctly guessed the price of a can of Heinz baked beans.
She's a woman of the people.
Would you like to know? Would you like to guess that?
Well,
But bear in mind it was
not now.
2022.
yeah, so I've got to factor in the cost of inflation.
Yeah, you do.
And what size beans was it?
Normal 400 grams, like not a personal one, like the normal one.
£1.29.
In 2022.
End of 2022 though.
Oh, so you got to factor in the COVID rush.
£1, 6p.
£1.39.
Yeah.
Not bad. And you know what? You could buy that and the seat and still have change from 525 quid. So
That's absolutely fantastic.
I think Honor was the
Honor won.
Honor won that game.
Thank you.
I'm sure we
But at
will.
least I can guess the price of an Angel City crossbody bag.
I think I was just maybe a bit more cynical than Maya, which does that match up with our personalities?
Yeah.
Knowing the cost of a bag, being cynical.
Thank you, Jessie. That was a really fun game. And I can't wait to see pictures of some of these things that do exist and your designs for things that do not yet exist.
Yeah, if you'd be interested in the Gunnosaurus bucket hat, let us know and we'll see what we can do for a print run.
Does anyone have anything for the Woso community notice board?
I've got a couple of things. First one was just a fun video that I saw, which is Aditi Chauhan, who was India's previous #1 goalkeeper, and it's the team that she's involved in coaching being like still testing her reflexes to see if she's still got it, which effectively is just she'll be in the middle of a meeting and they'll go Aditi and throw something at her.
Wow.
And it's just this TikTok of like increasingly ridiculous things, being like water bottles in the middle of like a tactics session. She just has to like bat them away, and then the video ends with them throwing a player at her. She has to just catch out of midair. So that was really funny.
That's good.
Maybe the bit more interesting one was, we've talked a lot about the 12 p.m. kickoffs and the games all being moved earlier.
Yeah.
Impetus Football is sort of an independent women's football publication that cover games all over the globe. But they have done a survey of 303 WSL fans, based both in the UK and abroad, about what they think of the new kickoff times. And to quote their article, the table below shows that the kickoff times are controversial, with 87% of our respondents disliking them.
Wow.
And that
I'm
was
not surprised.
sort of about the same for, it was slightly more UK residents disliked them than those watching from abroad. But yeah,
That's so interesting.
universally disliked, really. There were some interesting, and I think everyone has sort of different reasons as well as to why they don't like them. So someone pointed out, like, the earliness, it's just really difficult to get to if you're going to away games. One of the survey respondents said, midday kickoffs are the worst. I have 2 children that are regularly forced to pick between their own sporting commitments and watching WSL. In Essex, it's common for grassroots training to happen on Saturday and matches on a Sunday, so it doesn't matter which day the league picks. They, any midday game is difficult.
I guess it's also that if they're putting all the games at midday, it means that if you always have something that's happening, you're always going to miss all of them. Whereas if they did have like different, like how they used to let games kick off like throughout the day, at least you would be able to catch some of them and not just miss everything.
Yeah, it was interesting, like, breakdown of the stats. And apparently, on average, the fans they surveyed watched 3.5 games each, like 3.6 games each game week last season, which has dropped to just over 2.
Wow, yeah.
Wow, that's so sad.
They are making it so much harder.
Yeah, they are.
But I'll post the article on social so everyone can read it. I thought it was it was a really interesting breakdown.
Nice. I have one fun little thing that I don't know if you guys all have heard about, but since the introduction of women to Football Manager,
Since the introduction of
women
of female footballers to Football Manager 26, I think, I don't really know, I don't play it, so forgive me. I didn't realise there is, on the player profiles, there is kind of a lot about them. So there's plans, eligibility, nationalities, blah blah. There's also a little section called favoured personnel. And looking at Mariona Caldense's profile, someone has posted this on Twitter, Katia, thank you Katia for your service, that Mariona's favoured personnel is none other than Leah Velti.
Oh.
So people are saying the person on payroll at Football Manager searching up Woso relationships. What a job that is, by the way.
If that's your job, get in touch.
Yeah, getting all the women's footballers set up on Football Manager and having to do snooping for their relationships to put under their favoured personnel.
Do you reckon they're relying on that that person on TikTok who does the
map,
the mind map web? They're relying on that for their research.
That person seems to have done a rugby one recently as well.
Blimey.
Oh, well,
Offhand.
Gotta reach new audiences somehow, I guess.
Exactly.
That is fun.
So if anything would persuade me to start playing Football Manager, the inclusion of women's football relationships.
Apparently they're adding NWSL. They're going to do an update to add the NWSL to it as well. So you'll have even more Woso lore to dig into.
Okay, this might be something that I have to look into then. I'll go and experiment.
I'll report you on the ground.
And report back.
Where's Anna this week? Oh, she's just been playing 50 hours straight of Football Manager. She's taken Fulham from Tier 7 to the Champions League.
That kind of is the thing that would happen to me as well. Okay, watch the space. One last shout out, which is to the University of Nottingham women's football team who have got into the first round proper of the FA Cup.
Epic.
So love that. Bit more Nottingham magic.
That's all we've got time for this week on Screamers, but join us next week for the return of the Super League and the rest of the international break.
But until then, you can follow us on Instagram, TikTok and YouTube at @screamers_pod. Or if you want, you can send us an email. Got any more merchandise ideas? Email us at screamerspod@gmail.com.
Or if you want our Arsenal key rings.
Or if
we will be giving them away to the first inquirers.
First person on the street we pass will get them.
And don't forget to rate, review, like and whatnot so that more women's football fans can find out about our lovely pod.
Bye.
Bye.